Well, presidential spokesman Bayo Onanuga, who was on our nightly news program Primetime on Monday, revealed that the Department of State Services and the military contacted the terrorists to secure the release of the 38 worshippers abducted from the Christ Apostolic Church in Eruku, Kwara State, using a non-kinetic approach. Let's take a look.
The DSS and the military were involved in the rescue efforts. They have a way of contacting them.
You mean they paid the money?
Not paying them. The security people, they know all the bandits that operate in that axis. They know them. They know them. So.
What about their location? Is that known as well?
They know. I don't want to talk about the way they do their work, but I said they know all the gangsters operating along that route.
So why can't they destroy them before they go and attack these places? I don't understand why they have to come and wait.
Collateral damage. Look, our people are living around where they operate. So you can't just go there. Look, something happened some years ago in, I think, Borno State. Ran. Even somewhere, I think Sokoto or so, when the military thought they had the right satellite connection or something, and they went to bomb somewhere, only to find out
yes, we had that.
They bombed the wrong people.
Yeah.
And they need to be very careful that in the course of chasing these bandits, they don't go and bomb innocent Nigerians.
Yeah, but you just said they know where they are.
I said, no, they know where they operate.
Well, there it is. The government admits it's negotiated with terrorists. I mean, putting a phone call through, while Onanuga insists no ransom was mentioned and claims the terrorists cooperated. The bigger question is if security forces can track, contact, and negotiate with these criminals, why can't they arrest them before they strike? And that was the question Charles Anyogo asked Bayo Onanuga yesterday. I mean, he cannot be talking for the security forces, but he's speaking on behalf of the presidency. So he is well briefed. And this is the angst. But, you know, like they said, the United States is coming in to do this collaboration and have these, technical, advanced, communication measures that may help. But this is the angst in Nigeria, Dr. Abati. Why can't they kill them before they strike?
Well, the simple editorial point is the point that has always been made by the Nigerian government itself, namely that terrorists, bandits, insurgents are criminals. And we have laws in this country. The responsibility of government includes enforcing the law. When you don't enforce the law, you create a ridiculous situation whereby you promote the ecosystem, the quasi-economy that is being promoted by bandits and terrorists. In the case of the Kebbi girls, the girls from the government comprehensive secondary school in Maga, you saw the bandits saying, oh, they cut a deal with the federal government. What is a deal? In the case of the 38 women from the CAC church in Eruku, Kwara State, were being told that the Department of State Services knows them, and they just told them to become like Father Christmas. But we know that in reality, these bandits, these terrorists, they are not Father Christmas. They are into this business because they make money from it. Now, if they make money from it, then it will mean that the government is helping their sub-economy and invariably abdicating its responsibility and putting lives and property at risk. That is not good enough. However, it's not an argument that will be appealing to the families of the persons involved, whether it's in Eruku, Kwara State, or it is in Maga, in Kebbi State, or even in Niger State. What the families involved will say is that they are happy to have their people back. In Kebbi, for example, Mr. Maruku, I think that's his name, Makuku, Mr. Makuku, vice principal of that school, died. Yeah. Now his family is wrong-footed. The family will have said, even if they had to pay ransom, they would have preferred that the man was alive. So it's a double-edged kind of conversation, but the important thing is for government to secure lives and property and make sure that we are all safe. The commercialization of terrorism is what you pointed out, namely that after some people are rescued, you have another incident, as is the case in Kwara State, in the Ishapa community, where more persons have also been adopted. I'm sure in another few days, they too will be released once either the state government or the federal government does the needful. Some people should not be making money on the top of others. All of us, as the president said, must see Nigeria as a place of safety.
Absolutely.
And the responsibility of the administration is to make this place safe for all of us, not to pay ransom, not to say we will engage in a deal or make phone calls to bandits.
Right.
They give chieftaincy titles to terrorists in this country.
Unacceptable.
In Katsina,
Completely.
one bandit.
It's a bandit.
He was given
an
a chieftaincy title by the community, and people attended. Now, where was the Nigerian state? The Nigerian state should have gone there to arrest everybody.
Absolutely.
But they give them chieftaincy title. They give them jollof rice. They give them ashwebi.
And they have the Operation Safe Corridor program. Well, I'll take some more reactions.
That was President Tinubu's media aide, Bayo Onanuga, openly admitting that the administration engaged with bandit groups to secure the release of the Kebbi schoolgirls and the Eruku villagers. This particular issue has triggered a lot of reaction and a cause for national reflection and a lot of sadness that comes with it. It's such a bad situation that at this point, Nigeria has gotten to this level where it seemed like the bandits now have more authority than even the government of the day. Now, for the optics, this is not really good for Nigeria. It seemed like Nigeria has normalized tragedy. Kidnapping is no longer breaking news in Nigeria at the moment. It is the daily weather reports. The abduction of schoolgirls in Kebbi and residents in Eruku is yet another painful reminder, very painful, that ordinary Nigerians are expendable in the eyes of the system. And now, instead of bold action, we hear admissions of backdoor deals with the very criminals terrorizing the country. Now, let's put that into context. This is not strength in any way. This is a state of helplessness on display. Well, Bayo Onanuga's statement confirms what many of us have feared for so long. One, that the government is overwhelmed. Now, when people or the government starts negotiating with violent groups, it signals one thing automatically, which is the monopoly of force of the government has collapsed. Another thing is that negotiating is not peace. Negotiation is leverage. It tells criminals that if they abduct more people, they will always have a way of bringing the government to the negotiating table. That is what it means. And the third point is the fact that once the state shows that hostage taking leads to payoffs, whether ransom, political concessions, or favorable treatment, banditry becomes a business model. That is why kidnapping lately has been very consistent, because they have a way of bringing the government into the picture to negotiate with them. Now, another sad point is the fact that the victims of this kidnapping, no one is talking about their psychological well-being, because as it is now, they are already the bargaining chips that the bandits are using for negotiations. Every Nigerian, as it is now, has a risk of becoming a potential commodity in the future. It might not be you today, it might be someone else, but the risk is getting higher by the day, which is very sad. Now, with all these kidnappings going on, what is the ripple effect of all this to Nigeria as a country? Well, one thing we must understand is the fact that every negotiation invites a new kidnapping wave. It has happened in the past with the example of the Chibok girls. Then quite a few kidnappings happened after their success with kidnapping the Chibok girls. An example of such was in Niger State in a place called Kagara, where 27 students were kidnapped in February 2021 attack. So, and after that, it proceeded down to Kaduna on 7th of March 2024, where more than 200 Nigerian school students were abducted. And now it has moved down to Kebbi State, where schoolgirls were kidnapped, and Erukun in Kwara State recently, where 38 worshippers were kidnapped and released. So history is repeating itself. That's the ripple effect of um, negotiating with bandits rather than bringing them to justice, rather than the security officers, that's the police and the army, engaging them and killing them for their crime. So, but with this kind of negotiations going on, it's a clear message to the armed forces and security personnel in Nigeria that we don't trust you to win this battle, and we will settle for negotiating instead. Any government that negotiates with terrorists, obviously, it's a big betrayal of trust, and it's more like letting their security personnel down. So Nigeria has to find a way to work on that. And that is why it is important that we collaborate with United States of America to share intelligence and to share expertise on how to conquer this evil of insecurity in Nigeria. Because if it is not taken care of, if it is not given the required attention, it is going to affect every sector in Nigeria. And this is not good news at all. It's heartbreaking to see that every news coming out of Nigeria is connected to insecurity and leaving a lot of Nigerians vulnerable. So, and that is the primary purpose of a government, is to protect lives and property of individuals. So in a situation where it appears like the government is helpless and they are giving in to negotiating with these terrorists, then it means we need external help. Now, this admission by Bayo Onanuga is not just a random political statement from the APC. It is a true mirror reflection of our national security decay at the moment. But Nigeria is not beyond repair from the look of things. There's still hope if we can do the right thing. Security requires courage, leadership, and justice. Uh, that's what security requires, not uh, quiet deals in the night with these bandits. What do you think about all this? Comment. Let's have a chat about it. Thank you.